Graham, this current England setup's played Australia twice here at Twickenham, 2012 and 2013. Differing results. Can you talk a bit about what was different about those two games from an England point of view?
Yeah, they caught us out in 2012. They got beat heavily the week before in France, and they came here on a mission really. Played well that day. We came up short a couple of occasions. I remember Tom Waldron nearly scored twice from lineouts. Literally, it was an inch short on a couple of occasions. And they scored from a kick-off, a failed kick-off return of ours. They're a smart team, and last year we had to play exceptionally well to beat them.
How much do you look as a coaching setup at the games that have gone before? How much influence do they have on what's going to happen out here, do you think, on Saturday?
Well, ultimately, we don't exactly know what they'll do tomorrow, but you can look at previous games against them and just see what traits they have as players and as units. As I do that particularly from a forwards point of view, just see what they do in line-out time, scrum and breakdown. They've got a very good defensive breakdown, as all these Southern Hemisphere teams have shown over this series. So that's what we do. We do analyse them, and having played against them before, we kind of know their players.
I suggested to Dylan Hartley yesterday that you'd be pleased with 100% scrums and 30 out of 40 line-outs. He said not at all. Graham's demanding incredibly high standards of us. Yeah. Can you talk a bit about that?
Ultimately, I want the guys to live by our standards, and then the result will look after itself. But no, there's loads more we can do better as a forward pack, and it's just, I don't want us to be just a pack who worry about how good we are on the scrums of the line. It's the whole package, as I keep saying. It's the bits in between, how we can influence ourselves on the opposition carrying wise and defensive breakdown. So it's the whole package I'm looking for improvement in.
Dylan Hartley's back in the pack alongside Tom Wood. Talk to me a bit about their characters and how they react to being left out, and what difference do you think that'll make to how they play on Saturday?
Well, they want to play every game. I don't want them happy when I'm telling them they're not playing, but I want them to understand what we're doing. You know, the expression I've used for both of them before, they're warriors, and they're good to have around the group, very dependable. In my point of view as a coach, I can depend on them to deliver every week.
What do you need to do to win this game? What do the forward pack and the team as a whole need to do to win?
Where do you want to start? Play better than them? No, we've got to contain their game. I think under Checker, I'm a big fan of their ability to run the ball from any area of the field, particularly their own 22, is admirable. But they've got a very abrasive defence and a smart, shrewd forward pack. Historically, against Australia, it's always been a very quick ruck. So we've got to be in position quickly, and try and slow that ruck down as well as slow them down carrying wise with our defence. So it's going to take a whole package, as I said, from a forward pack to deal with all of that and contain their set piece.
Just finally, people use the word huge and massive about lots of games, but how big do you feel this one is for you and this set of players?
Yeah, I mean, this is our last game here for a few months, and that's, every game here is special for every player and coach, I may add. It's the last game here for a while, and it's the last game of this series, and it's the last time we'll play one of the big Southern Hemisphere teams for a while, going forward. So there's a lot to play for, but there's, as I said earlier, there's a lot in our performance that we're looking at that has got to be better than it has been.